Their fan base really does not like you? Whose fan base? Pod Save America's fan base? Oh, of course they don't like me. They're fucking libs. The bully pulpit argument is such a dumb one. The only dude, are you kidding me? Of course their fucking fan base doesn't like me. One, this is on Reddit. The problem with Hasan's bully pulpit argument, along with pretty much any of his opinions on the effectiveness of Sanders' presidency, is that he believes that most Americans secretly agree with everything he does, and if only the corporate media stops sabotaging him. Everything from how he judges the actions of Biden and Obama to how he thinks the Sanders presidency would play out is nonsensical because he's unwilling to accept the reality that most Americans don't agree with his politics. The student loans thing is a good example. He just can't wrap his head around the idea that not every American is a leftist college student. Yeah, except student loans, the student loans argument is like a relatively popular one, except the media tries to make it seem like it's not. I hate this. Trump also tapped into people's deep-seated hatred for the other, which is highly effective in motivating people. I cannot imagine caring what this numbnuts has to say. He literally made the Bernie will hold a rally and force senators to change their positions argument. Lol, this guy's like the 1% of top online left. I suspect the Friends of the Pod subreddit is full of the most smarmy, annoying, delusional neoliberals that keep saying good things cannot happen. Good things cannot happen. Better things are not possible. Shut the fuck up, Andes. There's also 35 people online here, and I've given this subreddit more clout than it ever has, and given random fucking weird internet debate lords more clout than they will ever get. These are ideas that I have debated a million times over. Hasan Piker is literally the face of the scold left. That's going to be a much better guest. Okay, exactly. There you go. That's all you need to know about these fucking weirdos. They're neoliberals who want to fucking go in and like debate in forums. It's worthless. Ultimately, it doesn't matter because, like, guess what? Hey, sucks to suck, but I guess Jon Favreau likes me, okay? There was this brilliant and positive Reddit thread on you the other day on the socialism subreddit. A group of people a lot more intelligent than a friend. Is Hasan Piker a champagne socialist despite his great efforts to distance himself from those claims? As a young person, I find it pretty nice to have a person who adopts some socialist values be a streamer on Twitch because that's super accessible for me. But everyone calls him a hypocrite because he doesn't actually practice what he preaches. I'm not being a hater by saying that. I'm genuinely asking with peace and love. What do you guys think? Personally, I don't think he's in the wrong. He's not exploiting anyone for money. His money was made through completely optional donations and subscriptions. I think he's doing a good thing. He's brought thousands of young people into socialism or at least anti-capitalist mindset. People are definitely overly critical of him. We all have Engels. He was a literal bourgeois capitalist with factories. They moderate like crazy. That's probably why it's like a more positive take. Marxism isn't entirely hating on rich because they're rich. It's mostly critique on how people make money. None of Hasan's wealth comes from stealing surplus value of employees. Because of this, I don't think any of his wealth or resources, while maybe abundant, are contradictory to socialist views at all. Although I'm sure he's happy with how much he's making, you could literally argue that Hasan himself is having some of his labor value stolen by Twitch and Amazon. Did she pee and poop? Okay, great. Thank you. If you were an unsuccessful streamer, they would make fun of you for being a loser. You can't win. Yeah. Thank you, Marop. Kaya Cam is back on. Kaya is back. What is this? Buying Gucci bags and other super luxury clothing is probably something he could live without. Gucci bags and other super luxury clothing. He also bought other expensive clothing like a $600 Versace shirt. I don't own a single Versace shirt. I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about. I have bought things that are way more expensive than that though. Of course I have. I have money and I buy expensive things. I'm a fucking idiot. Like, suck my dick. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everyone engages in this kind of thing. Oh, she went outside and got a little taste of freedom. Now she's going fucking crazy. Guys, all right, I'm going to turn off the Kai cam for now because, you guys are going to be unbearable. Buying into capitalist consumerism is probably not good for socialism or anyone of any ideology, really. The vast majority of clothing and other products, blah, 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 blah. It's like, again, this is so stupid. This guy is just simply saying, I don't like that he buys expensive clothes. Like, that's all he's saying. That's not an argument for political economy. That's not an argument at all. You are literally, once again, personally subscribing to the same kind of fucking dumbass right-wing perspective. Like, you might have a genuine opinion on it. You might be like, I don't really like expensive clothing. I think it's hedonistic. I think it's stupid. For me, I agree. I do think that you're correct on that. You know what I mean? You're correct. You're correct on that assessment. I recognize it. I don't really give a shit, though. That's the thing. I'm not supposed to be this, like, fucking moral arbiter of what is right and what is wrong, especially in the way that I conduct myself. And the way that I conduct myself, I usually do. Back up. Go back up on the bed. Go to bed. On the bed. Like, I'm not racist, transphobic, that kind of thing. But as far as like buying expensive clothes, yes, I do that, and it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I don't have an issue with it. I don't think there's a problem with it. I'm gonna keep doing it. That's it. I just want people to have more liberties, both in their workplaces and also in general. Oh my God! Except for Kaya, I don't want her to have any liberty, as you can see. I did because she's being annoying, and I'm trying to mitigate how annoying chat will be. So the vast majority of clothing and other products are made in child slave sweatshops. So by your logic, you're also betraying your ideology because you also buy products in these hyper-capitalist sweatshops. No, him buying a Gucci shirt does not betray his values, and the optics of buying a Gucci shirt is simply a dog whistle by the right to continue label socialism as this poverty cult where you can never have nice things. I agree. I would never turn around and say I'm buying expensive things as a form of activism to like fucking tell you that like socialism is not about being poor. I don't believe that. I think these are stupid, foolish consumer choices. I make them all the time. You make them all the time. The entire point is that you should have enough financial security so you can make those foolish consumption choices if you would like to. It is incredibly fucking stupid to police the personal consumption of people as long as it's not like something that is like truly abhorrent. Okay. Exactly. There's much zero difference between buy Gucci or probably 99% of brands and consumer ethics. Yep. And ultimately, if we were to break down every single aspect of our lives, you could argue that everything we do is against our ideology. My point wasn't about consumer ethics. Look at the above comment. Why is buying designer clothes, if you have money, any different than buying anything else that isn't strictly necessary for human survival? People were mad at Hasan bought a Gucci suit for that one award show. There's literally nothing to be upset about that. Look at my point for the above comment. My argument has nothing to do with ethical consumption. Of course, there's no ethical consumption. My argument is about buying into hyper-consumerist capitalist culture. It's probably not good for anyone to buy into. And that is also what makes you a hypocrite if I ever talk about it, which I'm sure Hasan has condemned. This motherfucker doesn't even know my positions on this stuff. He's calling me Hasan, and he's just like making up arguments in his head to like perceive hypocrisy. Internally, he recognizes that at the systemic level, there is no inherent contradiction, but he's made up an assessment in his mind. And now people are expected to debate this person on what he has created in his mind. That's fucking crazy. And it basically is like 98% of 98% of online debates. This is what it devolves into. This is what it reduces. This is what it is like reduced into. Also, I don't care why the right would say this because I have a completely different argument. People have addressed your take very well. She's barking in the background, but we are not going to pay attention to a crying puppy because that would be feeding into negative behavior. People have addressed your take very well. I don't understand how you can see no difference between consumers, capitalist culture, and ethical consumption. Both have to do with consumption under capitalism, consumers consumption. In which way my argument still stands. You got to stop arguing in bad faith and just hating on people for no reason. Consumers, capitalist culture is just mainstream culture. There's no escape of that under capitalism. Anyway. Also, I've never said I'm a perfect socialist. I don't know what that even means. I don't know why that is the expectation. I am a fucking Twitch streamer. Okay? Yeah. That guy literally goes, there's no ideological inconsistency, but I've made up a social inconsistency. And I've also simultaneously claimed that, like, you're engaging in something in a way that you would actually have issue with. I made that up in my mind.